Hi everybody, how are you today? Welcome back to this series of Shifting Perspectives, Part 2. So in Part 1, I was talking about the why me trap, typical caretaker's mindset of, you might find this somewhere else. But then now I would like to talk about the second trap, which is there is no hope, there is only despair. This is also a typical mindset of a caretaker when you see so much, deterioration in a person you're taking care of that you really see no hope. There's only despair. This futility of caretaking, excretion, loss of memory, loss of function, so on and so forth. And they all come at once at any time, unexpectedly or expectedly. I'm just seeing two individuals deteriorating constantly more and more. So I was feeling pretty desperate day after day. Then something happened. I noticed that this my mind that was going down and down, feeling despair, started doing something to my body. So there were a couple of occasions that really manifested in my body's responses to this situation. And I looked at the occasions carefully and noticed that all these happenings, breaking down, my body breaking down, came usually after a very intense level of caretaking. So I thought I had to do something about it. So I sat with myself. I looked within deeply and I noticed, what I noticed is that I was really actually not in despair. I was in a mood of despair. I was sitting in a mood of despair. So why am I doing that? I mean, there is a lot to be desperate about if you want to be desperate about. But nobody pushed me into the bottom of despair. I was doing it myself, of course. So I looked in deeper. So I was making it much worse than what it really was. And I was ignoring the fact that these are two aged personnels approaching the end of their lives. So of course they're deteriorating. There's nothing to be desperate about. I mean, there are other parts of the scenario that makes me desperate about. But if you really look at it, there are always options. So I reminded myself of that and I reduced effort. I reduced a lot of effort. I thought I'd be totally lazy about this, not getting into it, not investing into it. Investing, but not in the way of investing into it. So once I started doing that, everything started changing. And then I realized that everything changes and nothing stays the same. Yeah, we have this expression, it fell into my gut, so I really felt it in my body. And the loss of something is the beginning of new life. And I really took that to my heart. And that made me realize also that I'm standing by these two people, who are approaching them and to the end of their lives, and they're actually living the final chapter of their lives. So I'm in a blessed situation to be able to support them, to be beside them, watching over them, and seeing this process through. So that changed my outlook on this despair and hope. What is hope? What is despair? We want to really look at it, the situation, look at our definition of despair and hope, and maybe we can turn things around and see the new light.